Coming to you live from Hell Entertainment Studios. Center Sundaze. With your hosts, Diggs and A. Grace.
Rise and shine, my sinners. When Father Evil starts his day, he gets a little deadly. Deadly Grounds coffee has the richest, smoothest flavor you'll find anywhere. It's sinfully delicious. Once you go deadly, you never go back. Order yours at getdeadly.com. Coffee's so good, it's scary.
Hey.
Hello.
Welcome back to
Sundaze.
episode 9.
Episode 9.
It's been a while, but we're here. We're back. You're here.
It's only been 2 weeks.
It's still a while without seeing my beautiful face.
You're right.
I mean, they can see it every Tuesday as well if they wanted to. But wow. Fuck off.
Yes, hello. Welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight. We have an awesome show lined up for you. As always, we always do.
We do. Yes, we have Chris from Adams to Ashes coming in tonight to talk with us about what's going on up there in Canada. We hit Canada.
I know.
Moving out of the U.S. Here we come. Watch out, folks.
Maybe for you, because you like hockey.
Well,
Is that like their thing up there?
yeah.
And don't they always beat the Bruins for the most part? Wait, what? You wanted to move there. You gotta like change teams.
No, I don't change teams. No, black and gold. Fucking Canadians,
He's a Bruins.
obviously.
Obviously.
Oh, Helltown Tees, thank you, Mark, for all you do. And, you know, hit him up. He's got all the promotional items, all the T-shirts, all the clothing that you could ever want. That's all I got to say about
Good quality.
that. Good quality.
Which is important.
It is very important.
People complain about like it's a small business, so support.
Yep.
You know, pay for good quality. Pay for good quality. Yeah, maybe it's not $5, but you pay for what you get.
I mean, you buy that $5 piece of shit somewhere, you're going to end up paying $10 because you're going to buy it twice. Why not pay $10 once and get it once
Bang, bang.
and buy more? So check them out, helltowntees.com. Leo at the Dorking Network, keeping our beautiful faces here in front of you and our voices in your ears when you're in your cars at work or wherever the hell you are.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say about that.
You know?
And Sanctuary Tattoo Emporium, thank you for keeping us, like I say every week, colored. Pretty coloring books. Walking billboards.
Yeah.
Jack, Steve, and all the crew down there at Sanctuary Tattoo Emporium in Plymouth. Check them out. sanctuaryemporium.com.
Wrong. It's in the works. Instagram or Facebook for now.
Oh. Okay then. Already.
I just keep it, you know.
Keeping it real.
Our team.
Well, keeping it real, go get your official Hell Entertainment merch over at the Demon's Closet on hellentertainment.com. That is up. I know that because, well, I run it. Oh.
And anytime you buy merch from us, it supports us doing what we do. And we have a lot of exciting things in the works.
We got a lot of shit coming
for
out.
entertainment. We keep teasing you about it. So we'll talk about that later today.
Woo! Yeah.
All right.
News?
News.
Yes, there it is.
Ultimately, I had to go with Britney Spears being my news of the week. Free Britney. Free Britney Spears. Man. She's going through a shitty thing. It's shitty. Like, her entire statement is up. Anyway, you can go read it. And, like, reading it, it's really sad. It sucks. Like, she has no control, literally, of her life. And she's like she's devoted to what she does. Like everything. It's Britney. It's fucking Britney.
It's Britney, bitch.
It's Britney, bitch. She does like all her own dancing, like everything, like her clothes or perfume, like anything she's ever come out with. Like she has no rights to any of basically her like mind of what she
That's crazy.
comes up with, you know. And it's like, yeah, she's human. She had a mental fucking break. Whatever, it happens. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it's been 13 years now. Since her
breakdown?
Yeah, like since she's been in the, how do you say it? Controversial.
Oh, I can't.
No.
It's not, you don't have it up on the screen, so I can't read it.
You're right.
I don't remember.
Concert. I wrote it down. Conservation. Shit. I don't know.
Whatever.
It sucks.
She's not in control of her money.
Yeah. It just sucks. Like, literally, Britney Spears is a freaking icon. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty. And, like, just reading it, it's super sad. It's really depressing. Like, absolutely no say, being forced to do tours that she, like, that literally, she's like, well, I don't want to do it. They're like, cool, get an attorney. With her management team coming at her, but you can't get an attorney without it being approved from her dad and all the other people who have control of her. So it literally makes no sense. So that she's going to get an attorney and they're going to just be like...
That's crazy.
And this is the second time she's been in court to fight this. And she's like, you didn't hear it the first time, so here I am again. But now I think it's going to be like such a huge deal. Public eye.
Well, good luck to Britney.
What's your news?
We got a few bullet points in the news this week. Former star from Skid Row, Johnny Solinger, was found dead at 55 due to liver failure.
Wait, this week?
Yeah, that's what I saw.
I have no idea.
Yeah. I just came at you and bang, hit you with the news.
So I like.
New MTV hashtag.
You saw that backwards.
Yes, I did. I'm starting to trend.
I like it.
Starting it. You heard it here first. You saw it here first. I'm all over the place. Miley Cyrus honors Madonna during her Pride TV special this past Friday as she covered "Express Yourself" and "Like a Prayer."
Yeah, I can see that. She loves Madonna. She's always expressed that.
Yeah. And then
we're glitchy.
Yeah, we are. My internet is kind of, internet-y.
Well, a couple people, when it's humid, there's problems with that.
Good to know. Yeah. My last bit of news, Marilyn Manson has reportedly agreed to turn himself in on 2 outstanding warrants for misdemeanor assault in New Hampshire with the incident with the videographer when he spit on the videographer.
How do you feel? What does your say about that?
I think should be a little more respectful to the people in the pit who's taking your video and or photos. But
was it disrespectful? Was it like I'm Marilyn Manson? Bitch.
No, it's disrespectful.
It is disrespectful.
It shouldn't be like I'm Marilyn Manson, bitch. It should be accepted. No, but
was that what you think he meant though? I don't know.
Yes, in Manson's eyes, probably. But as a photographer, and you're a photographer, and
I'd be fucking pissed.
You'd be pissed. But you also know from past reports of what you're getting into with a photo pit with him.
You do.
It's like going into a photo pit
for GWAR
or ICP. You know you're going to get blood. Right. You know you're going to get Fago. So you take those precautions. Now, those are 2 different ends of the spectrum because it's not bodily fluids. But
right.
I don't agree with it. But on the other hand, I play devil's advocate. You should know what you're getting into when you're getting into that photo pit.
Right. I agree with that. Definitely.
Because I've been in many pits with Fago and not blood yet.
It's just interesting that he's going to put himself in for that. Interesting. I haven't heard this either. You're mind blowing me with those music facts.
This is why we do the news to inform each other. That's why we're a great team.
I love it. Yeah, that's wild shit. Okay.
That's my news.
That's good news. You did good.
Okay. Bands of the week.
Bands of the week. All right. I picked Bullet for my Valentine this week. They just dropped a banger new song, Knives. Holy fucking shit. I'm playing it right now. They're back to fucking heavy, just banger music. Can't wait. They have a new album coming out. There's 7 studio albums, self-titled, Bullet for my Valentine. It comes out October 22nd, 2021. So obviously we can expect a lot more probably singles, music videos from Bullet for My Valentine. They're from Wales, UK. And I've seen them live a few times. And literally flawless. They were just like freaking flawless live. Nasty.
I've never seen them.
I highly recommend you go see them. They actually, and they sit on like Billboard charts, and they're just fucking sick. I didn't know this. So the start of their career, their original name was Jeff Killed John.
Okay.
And they changed the name. Oh, they were a cover band for like Nirvana, Metallica, that kind of shit.
That kind of shenanigans.
And they changed the name when they kind of came into like their own sound, like created, and then changed their style of music and went like heavier. I did not know that. And they formed in 1998, so they're around the block quite some time, and they've been fucking killing it. So make sure you check out Bullet for My Valentine and be on the lookout for new music from them.
Kick ass. I'll just start listening to some of these bands you talk about. Some of them I do.
I know sometimes you do. I do the same though with you.
So my band of the week is the country rap duo known as Lax. They are out of Georgia. Uncle Snap and Byron Rooster King. They started on the scene in 2002. They were on Back Road Records, 6 albums out on that. In 2017, they created their own label called Dirt Rock Empire. And also in 2017, they put their first album out on Dirt Rock entitled Dirtbags Volume 1. Now,
I like dirt.
Well, they're country, so you gotta like dirt if you're country.
I like that word.
4 out of their 6 albums have entered into the Billboard 200, which is pretty kick-ass. And they are on tour right now with the Country Lit Tour 2021 into a venue near you. You can check all their music out at thelax.net. All their links are up there for their streaming, and go check them out because they're a kick-ass country rap band.
Check them out.
That's what I got for my band of the week.
There's your news. There's your bands.
And we're going to come back in momentarily if my internet would participate.
It's not really.
It's not.
But it's fine.
We know
you can hear us.
We're going to roll with it. We're going to come back in with Chris from Atoms to Ashes right after this.
Yes, sir. You know what to do. It's your dad, homie Blaze, coming through with a little message just for you. The homies over at Hell Entertainment hit me up. They told me they doing it all, yo. They doing it all from photography to graphic design and publications, yo. And that ain't it. They doing it for artists. They doing it for artists around the motherfucking world. That's right. Not just your backyard. Not just out there on the streets in the States. They talking about the motherfucking world. That means the whole goddamn globe. That circle, that whole motherfucking circle. That's what the fuck they doing the damn thing. Everybody, yo. And that ain't all. That ain't all. Look. They on that next level. That's right. Center Sundays. They doing their own podcast. They talking about everything from music and more. Check them out today, yo. Check them out today. You heard it here first. From your homie and my homies over at Hell Entertainment. Yo, that's what's up, bitch. I'm about this motherfucker. Body's on no one suspicious about who shot me. It's interesting to see the means and the tactics they take.
Hey, what's up, Chris?
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. Couldn't help but hear backstage all of your guys' news. I was just like, oh, I want to hop in on this so bad.
Well,
You got news?
you got news?
You got music?
No.
News? Let's go.
I just have things to say about everything. Like, I was thinking about the thing that you were saying about Marilyn Manson, who turned himself in for spitting on a photographer, I think it was, or something, in the pit. And it just reminded me of that scandal with Josh Holmes a couple years ago from Queens of the Stone Age, who he just straight up kicked a photographer who was right on, like, who was like ringside, who was like right there at the stage, and he just kicked the gear right out of his hand. And like, I've done photography, I've been there, and it's like, hey man, like, I'm giving you press, like I'm taking awesome shots of you. I think it's a little disrespectful, right. But like you said, Marilyn Manson is a crazy guy, but yeah, I was kind of like, guy, you know, I felt for the person who was like kind of the photographer who was the victim in in this thing, but yeah, it's
definitely
it was just
wild.
pardon?
It's definitely wild.
Yeah.
It is, right? Because you're that close to the artist, and it's just like you don't expect these things. Like, of course, you say like, okay, when you go with these certain artists, like they're a little rock and roll, they're a little wild, but at the same time too, you're kind of like, oh man, why?
Right.
Like that's thousands of dollars in my hands that you just crushed, and now I have to go pay for because they're not going to pay you back for it. But if they break it,
No,
by kicking you in the face.
No, sir. Yeah. And then I heard that you're a Golden Knights fan.
Me,
Is that true?
Bruins.
Black
Oh my
Black and
God.
gold.
I'm so sorry for you.
I'm gonna guess that you're a Canadians fan.
Absolutely. Hometown pride right here. So yeah.
Talk
Yeah.
shit though, right? Goodness.
And the one year the Bruins and the Canadians could actually have played in the Stanley Cup Finals, my team's gonna go and drop the ball.
Yeah.
I was there's someone else, one of our fans that like it kind of let go of like a snarky remark that was just like, oh, you do such good music and yet you root for such a shitty team. And they were Bruins fans, and I said, oh, wouldn't it be great, that both teams could go head to head? It'd be a great matchup. And then the Bruins got taken out, and then we kept on going, and I was like, oh, it's a salty one. I'm not going to poke them right yet. I'm going to let them heal. But now that you said that, it's like, oh, I have to. I'm so proud of my boys who won on Thursday. Was it Thursday? Yeah, Thursday, to go to the Stanley Cup Finals. It's been 28 years.
Wow.
So yeah, since 93. Yeah.
Don't get me started.
I'm a diehard hockey fan. I've played hockey all my life. I've been black and yellow. I love the rivalry with the Bruins and the Canadians.
Oh,
but
it's
on the
the
flip
best.
side, I can respect the great hockey game. I can respect the Canadians for what they've done in the playoffs. So, go Lightning.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. Yeah, it's gotta be a difficult team.
I was rooting for the Islanders because I wanted to get beat by the best team in the NHL because the Islanders would beat the Canadians hands down. But here we are.
And it's just a weird turn of fate, a weird twist of fate.
Yeah. Chris, thank you for joining us tonight.
Yes,
thank you for
thank
coming
you.
on. We appreciate you taking some time out on Sunday night.
It's a pleasure
to talk about you guys. And as we mentioned before we came on, there's not a whole lot of information out there about the band.
That's
So
so
we kind of want to
weird.
dive into that and see what's up with that, what's going on, and who you guys are.
Absolutely. Well, like if anyone who's listening doesn't know yet, we're a band from Canada, from Montreal, Canada. We're called Adam Stashes. I'm the lead singer, guitarist, Chris Starr. Unfortunately, my acolytes couldn't be with me tonight, but they're probably here in spirit. But Sean Oliver on bass and Reg on drums, and we're just this crazy rock band from Canada trying to dish out some good music and kind of how to make our way through the indie world. That's really lit up right now with the whole pandemic. We've seen it's been just so crazy in the last. It's been nuts how people kind of like, because they went back into their homes, they're like kind of like, it's like, oh, let's go on this internet device thing and find out more about people. And we've just been getting really more exposure in the last year because of that. We feel like we've been present, but it really picked up a lot.
Yeah, which is amazing, and what as a band you hope to do. So it's good, and it's good that you guys are working obviously through the pandemic.
Yeah,
you're dropping singles out. You guys have a new album coming.
That's right. Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that? Like, did you guys write it during the pandemic? Was it like a planned thing before?
It was actually just a little bit of before the pandemic. We were going to go with like a really traditional release strategy. And then all of a sudden the pandemic hit, and we were like, it would be completely absurd to release it like an album where there's nowhere to play. There's nothing to do, like we didn't know how long it was going to last and everything like that. So we went back to the drawing board, and we kind of just decided to go from there and make everything very online integrated, especially since our fan base is, like I said, we're from Montreal, Canada, but like 90% of our fan base is anywhere but here. So it gave us a chance also to relook at the stats and be like, okay, well, how can we reach everyone else out there, especially if we're limited to not doing shows? And so the album was recorded like just a bit before the pandemic, and then we kind of did these like single releases, each time kind of doing it like an album release, every time releasing a single. So we would do like these viewing parties where people could hear the song first or see the video clip first and stuff like that too, and really got like down deep with the fans, really got huge connections with the fans, and it really paid off. It's we connect, like I said, in the last year and a half or so, we connected that much better and more with the fans. It's been an insane and wild ride, but yeah, I wouldn't have had it different for anything in the world.
Now, do you find, because we talk with a lot of artists on the show, and they're finding a little bit more success by releasing one track at a time as opposed to the full album with the pandemic happening. Do you find that's driving more fans and more listeners to you guys?
Absolutely, 100%, because every time, like the whole work put behind releasing an album, like, you know, there's the video clips, and then, you know, you're the following up, release, following through, and everything like that. So doing that, but dividing it by this is an EP, so it's a 5-song album. So what we were doing is like, we were just basically doing an album launch with every single, you know, like because, you know, you don't have to pay for a venue to do your album launch show and a this and a that. So you're doing it all online. So we were just pulling all the same strings every time for a single. And it just grew like exponentially with every release. Cause what the people were like, oh, they did this last time. Oh, join their contest or this, or share their stuff. You'll see they're really awesome. And it just grows and grows and grows. And we're like, holy crap, we've created some kind of monster, but it was like so awesome. It was like, oh man, this is actually working. We were like there, we were like breaking our heads to be like, how do we access a lot of bands? Like they have that trouble. They're like, how do we access our fans that are strictly online? And then we kind of found a formula that works. So we're like going through it, and it's the year of the pandemic's actually been the best year for us so far, I have to say, in terms of music releasing and really having an engaging fan base and engaging the fan base.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. You guys freaking rock. Like your sound's tight. It's made. We love it. We're fans for sure. Awesome. And it's awesome that you guys worked through it as well. Like a lot of bands didn't do much, and I feel like they kind of are panicking because they didn't. So
and now things are opening up. They're kind of like, what do we do? How do we go about it? And I've said it before on the show, like the pandemic, yes, it sucked, obviously, for obvious reasons, but it's also kind of a small little blessing in disguise, as you kind of hinted at, because it gives you a chance to rebrand yourself and reconfigure how you're going to attract those fans in. And kudos to you guys for being able to do that. Yeah,
it was, when life gives you lemons, that's what they say, right? And we were totally, we didn't want to vanish, especially having worked so hard on this album. We didn't want to vanish just like that. And, it'd be like, okay, well, like, let's make this work. And like, we were really, I don't want to say lucky, because there's a lot of hard work put into it, but there is a portion of luck. And I really consider us very like blessed to be able to have had the year and a half or so, I think it's been going on, amidst this whole madness, because, it's not just that, like, people see like the face value of everything, new single, a video clip, a lyric video, a this and that, but like, they don't know, like, we've done photo shoots where it's just like I do a lot of the pictures in the bands, and it's like, I'm like 12 feet away trying to keep like legal social distancing. We're in the driveway, so it's like legit. We're outside, people are driving by my house. Like, what the fuck are these guys doing?
We're standing next to each other.
Yeah, it's like, look at these rebels, like, and it's been like maddening. Like, even the last video clip that we shot, the rules were still like kind of on like pretty strict, so we had to make do with, but like we shot, like we made it happen, but like all in like single shots, it's kind of like we couldn't have everyone in the same room at the same time, so it's like, okay, like limited technicals, like okay, it's just the guy with the camera and like and Sean, okay, and then it's like me with a tripod and this, and then okay, the Reg with there, okay, and it was challenging, but it was very challenging, but it really brought out the best in us, I think, ultimately.
Oh yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
Made you work, right? Work and learn. That's what we did too.
And that's why we started doing this.
Exactly.
So on your Facebook, I noticed that if people go on if they purchase one of your hats, they get one of the CDs when it comes out signed.
That's right. Well, the signing right now is again a little difficult. Like, our rules just changed. We're trying to get the guys like to like kind of show up and like pick up the CDs, sign it, but we're in the process right now. But that's a promo going on till Wednesday. So it's kind of like buy a hat at regular price and get the album for free when we start like sending them out, because we have a pre-order right now going on.
Yes.
But yeah,
Nice little promo right there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love that. It's a great idea.
Yeah, I'm actually sporting one right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, one of the hats.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I'd say it's a good old snapback. But yeah, no, it's been that too it's been crazy. People have just been writing to us like, "Oh man, I want a hat." It's like, you get a CD too, and it's like they didn't even see it. Like, really? It's like, yeah, absolutely. Here you go, buddy. You know? Yeah. That's another thing too. Like we engage everyone personally. Like, you know, like we'll write to people like directly. You know, that's, I think, one of our big keys or big factors that make things work really well for us is that like we will literally go and be like, "Hey, how's it going? You know, this is Chris from ATA, or this is Sean, or this is Reg," and it's kind of like you know, like how, like, you know, just chit chat, and then it's like if they're interested in merch, and talk to them, and it's like they can't believe it. They're kind of like, "What?" Like, it's like, yeah, how's it going? How's your day? You know, it's like, well, I kind of feel like there's a moment where like, oh my God, the singer's talking to me. You know, it's just like,
exactly.
Well, absolutely, because you get a lot of the bands that you write to, even when we're writing to bands to get them on the show and talk to them, they don't respond. You see they read the messages, but there's no interaction, and that little bit of interaction with an artist goes so far. It goes so far.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, what's it take? Like a couple minutes in your day, you know, it's not but it's not something that we've grown up on. Like, I feel like a lot like back in the days of, I don't want to step like forward to that, but like, I feel like people thought they were too cool. You know, it's like, no, I'm in a band. Mm-hmm. And, you know, and it's like and it's like, no, we're not too cool. If without my fans, you know, without our fans, like, we're losers, you know, like, we're doing this for absolutely nobody, you know. Nice song, guys. Yeah, we're gonna be the only 3 people that are ever gonna listen to it. You know, it's
yeah. You totally have the right mindset for that. So.
Yeah, appreciate your fans. It's not that hard, you know, and it's super easy now. Before you had to go out and do shows to appreciate your fans. Now you can just talk to them at any time of the day.
Right.
Drop them a quick
appreciate your fans, fans that are listening. Appreciate them.
Yes, I agree.
Yes, 100%.
Definitely goes along. So, what is the album release date? Officially.
The release theme?
Yeah.
So, when's the release date? The
release date of the album is on, I love it because it's so fitting with kind of you guys' Hell Entertainment. We're releasing it on a Friday the 13th, actually. August 13th, Friday the 13th. The official album will be released and ready, available. And that's going to be basically like all our singles that we released individually in the year will be available for physical purchase, actually. That was the big thing. We want to do something different. Of course, everyone hears their music online now. Like, everyone's either on Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, Tidal, you name it, Amazon Music. So what we figured, it's like, well, let's make it a unique experience to, if you want to own the album, well, we have a limited print of the album, which is in a CD format, available officially as of August 13th. But you can pre-order it from here till then. Well, not quite till then. I think actually our pre-orders end somewhere in mid-July, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, if not, you gotta wait till Friday the 13th.
Or buy a hat and get it free.
Or buy a hat and get it free with a pre-order.
We're gonna buy a hat.
Fucking right, I am.
Awesome.
I like that hat.
Nice, awesome.
I'll take this. Well, we were talking with one of our other guests about how a lot of people don't go and get hard copies of CDs anymore. But like for me, like, I got a stack of CDs in my car. I love having CDs. And you know, who knows what's going to happen one day with the internet. Like, I still want my music. So
that's actually really the base of thought that came into this thing, which was kind of like, what if the internet, you know, like, people are like, oh, but I can listen to my internet anywhere, like, you know, like on my phone or this or that. Like, now you can't even download tracks anymore. It's very rare that you'll have certain websites. Like, there used to be iTunes. Now I don't know. They're kind of like in a crossover with Apple Music, but you can't even own the file of a song anymore. And then it's like, what if, you know, what if one day Spotify's down? What if Apple Music is down? Like, it probably won't happen, but like your favorite band that you listen to on repeat, all of a sudden, even one day without a band that I would listen to every day would be too long for me to be like, Jesus, you know? So that was kind of the idea around making like some limited physical prints. It's just like, you have not only a piece of the band with you, but it's like, this is your fail-safe too, ultimately.
Oh, 100%. That's why I buy CDs. Yeah, I agree with that.
So I kind of want to back it up a minute here. How did Atoms to Ashes come about? Were you guys friends beforehand? How did the band come together?
Atoms to Ashes actually has had a pretty rambunctious history, but as far as the core of the band is now, so me, Sean, and Reg, we've known each other give or take 20 years, like give or take a year. And we actually didn't start Atoms to Ashes. I actually started Atoms to Ashes with previous members. And then it was like kind of like people came in, came out, left, and some people came back, and then whatever. So then I think it was around 2018, a little before the whole Blackburn project started. I kind of approached the guys. It was like, you know what? I want to play music with my friends. You know, like I'm tired of doing this with, not that the other people weren't friends, but it was kind of like they were kind of joining into a project. And
right.
Yeah, it's kind of like they didn't feel like, not that they didn't feel a part of it, but it was kind of like there was not really much for them there. It was kind of like they're coming into something that already exists, and plus the fraternity was there, but it wasn't like my 20-year-old plus, you know, my 20 years friendship with Sean and Reg. So when I approached them, I was like, hey, let's do a band again, you know, let's make another, like, let's do this together again. And they were like, within a heartbeat, they're like, yeah, absolutely, we'd love to. So that's the actual current formation that we have now of Atoms to Ashes, and it's been lasting longer than all the other ones. So like fingers crossed that the guys want to stick around for another 20 years or so, and we'll be releasing more music and more albums and doing shows eventually soon and more video clips. Hopefully not, you know, one shots in a basement, but.
Well, that's badass, and I feel like that's the way to go about it. Like being together all the time, creating music. It's hard. There's like plenty of bands out there that don't click outside, but I think just, you know, when you're in a room together creating something, it makes all the difference. The clicking as well as, you know.
Well, truth be told, I mean, like a lot of bands that happen to them, they've been together so long, and like when people say it's like a relationship, no, it is a relationship. You are married with your bandmates. You know, it's like life with children, and each day it's a different parent. You know. And I hate to say I'm mostly the kid most of the time, like, why, you know, but yeah, like we had a band prior to Atoms to Ashes, which it's funny because I have like dates and very specific like things in mind, just because our last video clip, we actually went through all our old school archived stuff, like video, because it's going to be part of our new video. So people are actually going to see us when we were 16, 17 years old in the next video, and it was just so throwback, but it brought us down like memory lane. We actually watched all of the material last night, and we were like, fuck, like, man, we've come a long way. Holy crap. Do you see his hair? Oh my God, what was wrong with those shorts? You know, like so many things. But like, truth be told, like we were in a band, the last band that we had together must have been like about, well, to today's standards, like if we bring it up to today, it was like 12 years ago. And we had been together in that band for 6 years. And when it, like, I'm not going to lie, when I say it ended and like just in shambles, you know, like so many problems came up and stuff, but most bands don't get back together. And I'm happy to say that not only did we get back together, but I think it's even stronger than before. You know, it's, you know, you see some bands like come back together after 20 years and you're like, yeah, you know, Guns N' Roses are getting back together. And then all I see in my head is like money. You know, like, you know, it's just like, you know, like I will pay $500 to $1,000 to go see GNR, you know, in my lifetime, you know, but at our level of indie, like there is no monetary value to us getting back together. Like you said, it's just like we were saying before in backstage, like there's people that had known the song for like 10 years and only reached out to us now. It's just like, there's no monetary value added to it. So it's really just authentic. We're getting back together because why the fuck not? I mean, like, you know, it's fun and we miss playing music together and it's awesome.
Absolutely.
That's cool. I like that. I like how that came back to fruition. That's cool.
So do you want to go or do you want me to go?
I'm going to go now.
Fine.
Oh, again.
Go ahead. Ladies first. Age before beauty.
I bet you were going to say this. So I bet that's what's about to happen. Because you just said that to me. Okay. So how did the name Atoms to Ashes come about?
You stole my question. He's scratching it off his bucket list like, God damn it. Stop looking at my paper.
No.
Well, like with those stories that I just told you, it kind of came from that. Like when with the first band of Adams to Ashes was actually like this Frankenstein band. It was actually initially the whole project was just Chris Starr, and then like the first like actual formation of band, like it was like three or four. I think it was like 4 different bands put into one, you know? And we were all like, the analogy was pretty like, I made it a little complex because I'm a thinker like that. I'm an overthinker, but we were all like kind of floating atoms, and then we kind of formed together, and we were like the remains of our other bands forming new music. And like, it was like from the ashes, we were reborn. So it's kind of like atoms to ashes, you know?
That's cool.
That's very original. I like that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, people were like, you put a lot of thought into that. I was like, yeah, I did. Maybe a little more than I need to. Like a couple of sleepless nights. Like Adams too. Yeah.
But it explains it. It's original, like you said.
It's super original, and it is important to have some thought into your band name. I think.
Yeah.
You know?
I just feel like there's some bands that had like I read one about Dave Grohl and Foo Fighters, and it was kind of like if he had known 25, 30 years ago that he would become a rock star through Foo Fighters, he wouldn't have called the band Foo Fighters, you know, like, and you hear that very often, you know, like where bands have like these names and they're kind of like, yeah, if we could turn back time, we would have, like, if we'd known we were going to be superstars, we would have chose something better. And I think in that train of thought, I might have been ahead of the curve on that one. It was like, this is a name that I can fully respect and keep on board with, like, you know, for 20 years. Clearly it's been 10 almost already. So it's been going pretty strong.
Oh yeah. Very cool.
Can I go now?
I guess.
Can I go? Ma!
You gotta ask permission from the boss, you know?
Yeah.
So with the pandemic here in Massachusetts and the States, things have pretty much opened up to full capacity now. How are things up there in Canada? Are there shows planned for you guys coming up? How are things working up there?
Things have gotten much better really lately. I'd say like in the last like week, where we are, it kind of just all of a sudden was like, all right, well, vaccination's going good, cases are down and everything. So things are opening up, like bars have started opening up slowly and stuff like that. So it's really great. We're not quite fully out of the woods. It's not like we're still like reduced capacity in a lot of places, but like more in the metropolitan areas and stuff like that, like Montreal, where we're based out of, it's still like venues that are like, let's say, you know, it's always 50%, you know, to a maximum of this much. But as far as shows lined up, we have a virtual show, an album launch show that is set for September. We had, you know, obviously when you're working the indie scene and stuff like that too, you have to plan a shit ton in advance. You can't just wing it and be like, I mean, like, we're also older. It's not like when we were 20, it's like, hey, you want to do a show on Friday? Sure. You know, so it's like some of us are parents, you know, so like we have jobs now and everything. Yeah, it's like I miss those days where like, it's just like, hey, you want to do a string of 15 shows and, you know, not even be able to cover your gas. But yeah, you don't have to ask me twice, you know. So yeah, but we have the virtual show set up for the album launch show for September. As far as physical shows, it's really going to come after that. Like, we're really putting everything into the promoting of this, and, you know, like I said, the video clip coming up with the actual physical release launch. Like, we have our hands full, but we're really happy to see that the scene is picking back up again. We're happy to see our friends and bands being able to do gigs, you know, sometimes in limited formations and stuff, but it's regardless. They're out there and they're getting their play back on. And hopefully, like I said, soon we'll be able to really get back into that too, be able to like focus more on, okay, well, we can plan to do physical shows where we're actually physically there and people can come out and see us. And then hopefully from there too, just like I said, like 90% of our fan base is based anywhere but here. So it'll be like, well, you know, with all our hard work that we did during the pandemic, maybe people like reach out to us and be like, hey, do you want to do a little European tour? Hey, do you want to do like a little string of shows in the US and or Western Canada and stuff? So that's what we're really looking at right now. But for now, we're just getting ahead with the. We really want to finish prepping up everything for the album launch show in September, the virtual album launch show, and yeah.
That's smart to keep the virtual out as well. We were talking with another fellow podcaster.
That's where I was going next
About it, and
God damn it, Ashley!
Get out of my head.
Honestly, like we just hang out too much sometimes, and like our brains.
There's a link.
Yeah.
Well, whatever, it's fine.
Go ahead. This is where I was going with it.
Anyways, we were talking to another podcaster, and he had asked us, but we think a band should continue with live streaming, virtual shows, continue with the single drops. And yeah, we do think that bands continue what you're doing. I think it's, like you said, it reaches way more audience. And
Yeah.
people are still afraid to kind of, they're not going to dive right into a full capacity venue. So I think it's like really smart for you guys to
not just on for that, but he made a point too that he got a message from someone, a handicapped person who was in a wheelchair, and this was the first time he was able to sit front row at a show.
That's right,
because it was virtual. Right. So, what's your take on that as far as keeping that virtual alive once your live shows start coming about?
I have to say I'm 100% on board with that because, like I said, for our particular situation, our fan base is more based worldwide than it is local. Like usually bands, the way, like if anyone's been in a band or known a friend in a band, like it starts off in your small circle, your town, and then it moves on from that as much as far as you can go, with your van, typically. And when, it's kind of like the van made it to here and this is where we will play, and as far as we're concerned, we actually started, because like I said, the project actually started only as me many years ago. So it was hard for me to actually do shows in person. And so just releasing my stuff online was a really, really, really cool approach, being able to have music available. And then from there, it just kind of grew weirdly into the world. And now we're at a point where so many people from around the globe listen to us from everywhere. Like we have people who listen to us in Germany and in Turkey, in the US, in Mexico, in South America, in Canada, in Australia, Japan, New Zealand, just to name a few places. We get messages from it's insane. And it's for an indie band, like we said, we have responsibilities at some point. It's we cannot, it's not viable for us to be able to go there for one shows or even small strings of shows. So, because you'll just drop into another town and your venues will still only be at 10, 15 people, So with the whole virtual show aspect, especially with the technology that's available, I think it's amazing because we can actually reach all those people. We even took it a step further with the virtual show where we said because usually people's Friday, doors open at 7, be there at 8. If you're not, you missed it, And because of different time zones and everything like that, we have people that are listening to us in Australia. They're a day ahead, And what we're doing is when we're doing the virtual show, we're actually keeping the link active for 72 hours. So people who are in Germany that are 6 hours ahead, they'll be able to watch it this Saturday if they want, because let's say Friday night at 7 p.m., it's 2 a.m. No one's going to stay up to watch the show, but they'll be able to rewatch it the next day. So we're taking things in consideration like that because of all the time zones and everything. But yeah, I absolutely think that the whole virtual show thing is really awesome. And another thing too, that people may not be taking in consideration is that you're getting pristine sound for a show. You go see a show obviously for a visual, but we've all been to those shows where the band's 1, 2, 3, 4, it's that the whole time. And, it's just you're just wow, this is so good. What? And now you get the chance to do these things where I've seen some venues that they'll do they'll put it online and it's with professional camera gear. It's with professional, a sound guy and stuff like that too. And you just get to hear the show crystal clear and then you're at home, you just turn it up, you turn it down, however you like it. I think it's great. It does take away from the whole live experience, but as far as an alternative goes, I'd say that's a kick-ass alternative. And like you said too, there was a guy that was saying he's in a wheelchair and he gets to see the show front seat, front row and be wow, this is cool. This is I get to live it in its best in HD quality, and also not get smashed by someone who's moshing or too drunk or whatever, they get to live it really, really, really cool.
Enjoy the music.
Enjoy it. Yeah,
enjoy it. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
And even for us that are, that are parents or have families or jobs, we can then partake still in the event or the show and not have to worry about rushing to get there or finding a babysitter or.
Exactly.
Of course,
exactly.
We're shooting it.
Like anything, there's definitely pros and cons. I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be weird playing in front of cameras and not have any people. But at the same time, too, I know that we'll be able to offer this to such a wide scale of people, and I know for a fact 100% they're gonna enjoy it. So that for me, that's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. I love that's cool.
It's a great alternative.
Absolutely. So you guys, I've noticed on your socials, you call your fans Ashers. Am I saying that?
That's right. Yeah, Ashers.
Ashers. How did that? I
Yeah.
like that. So it's
They're
cool
our
that-
Asher fam.
Yeah, I like that. It's cool that you designated a name to like your fans because I think when fans do that, it shows that you were like, hey, we actually like care about you, so we even give you your own little thing.
We do. We love our Ashers. Like our Ashers, we've said it like so many times that like they're like family, you know. So like everyone who comes in every day and checks our posts, writes to us, comments or whatever, like you know, it's it's part of our way of saying, hey, welcome to the gang. You know, it's like you're an Asher now. You know,
Let's go on with that.
That's awesome.
Have you guys been together to practice at all, or are you still social distancing?
Well, like I said, yesterday was the first time that oh my God, I think it was the first time in like 6 months. No, sorry, that's a lie. Because we snuck a couple of times like to see like, you know, like one-on-ones, like, all right, like let's do this. But as far as us, it was awful. It was just awful. You're there, like park at the coffee shop over there. I'll pick you up, you know, so things look less suspicious, you know. But no, actually, as far as the three of us in the same room, it's been since the beginning of the pandemic. I think it was like February 2020, the last time that all three of us got in the same room together. And so last night, getting together to kind of watch the material that was going to go into the next video clip. And it was kind of like a stress off our shoulders. Like we weren't breaking any rules. We weren't doing anything illegal. It was kind of like we're being good rockers, you know? And it was so nice. It was just like, oh man, I missed this. And so, so we haven't had the chance to practice yet, but it will definitely kick up very shortly because it's been so long and we just miss it. You know, it's one thing to practice the songs on your own, but it's like, let's get in the room and hash it out, you know, and be like, all right, okay, you do this. All right, awesome. Yeah, can't wait.
I get that full sound together. That's really awesome.
That full camaraderie from the band.
Yeah. Where everything is like determined by a look, you know, it's kind of like we're going into the break and, you know, like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So is there a new album in the works after this one comes out? Are you guys currently writing some new stuff?
See what's great with the last experience with Black. I mean, every album is kind of always like that too. You write like a tremendous amount of material and then you pick your best songs to represent your next album or EP or whatever. So we still have some material left over from the last from Blackburn. There's some stuff that I want to see with new eyes and new ears and all the guys too, to be like, oh well, it didn't really quite fit with this one, but maybe it'll fit with what we're working on next. As far as the plans go for the next year or so, we are celebrating actually our 10 years of the inauguration, so to speak, of the band. It's not quite the inauguration of the band, but like our very first song to really put us on the map was called Heartless. And that was released in October 2012. So we're rounding the 10-year mark of the release of that song. So we're going to be celebrating that for a full year, and we're calling it the Heartless year. And during that year, we're going to have a remake, like 10 years later, the band getting together to remake the song. We're also going to have interpretations in other type of styles, so like acoustic or dance and stuff like that too. So it's going to be a lot of different releases of Heartless during the year. Also like a whole bunch of stuff like limited edition merch, fun facts and stuff like that too. Like small tidbits, like this is my favorite one, but every year, and I kid you not, every year after Valentine's Day, like on February 15th, Heartless just blows up in streams. It's insane. It's kind of like my guilty pleasure. Like every year, like I'll check my Spotify artists and I'll look and be like, oh, it's just another year where people are like, oh, fuck you, you dumped me, you fucking Heartless bastard. The saves go through the roof, and it's just like, yeah, people just listen the shit out of that song, like just without fail, you know. It's like a little before, a little after. It's kind of like I'm sad to see that people are like, you know, going through some tough shit at Valentine's, but I'm also glad that I have a song for them for that. So
absolutely,
you're listening to it.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those little fun facts that will be slipping in there during the year and stuff.
That's a brilliant idea. That's really freaking cool for you guys to do that. I think that's wonderful.
Well, there's so many things that people don't with with Instagram, you can see a lot of what the band is doing, but you don't see everything. No matter how much we post, we post every day, and no matter how much we post, you still don't see everything. So it's going to be really fun to be able to share like all of these stories that revolved around like of the 10 years of like in the moment of that and what happened in 10 years and fun facts and all this stuff. But it's just one of those things that we like to add to keep things really interesting on our social media.
Yeah, that's brilliant. I love it.
Yep.
Yeah. And then after that, during that year, then we're also going to be sitting down to like relook at the old material and then write some new material and then follow up with a new album after that, which I already have a little bit of an inkling of an idea where I want it to go. But yeah, it's gonna be nice.
But clearly, your brain is like always working, and we love
always
that. Support
yeah.
that. That's amazing.
Yep.
So
that's the indie grind.
Yeah.
That's right. That's all about the indie grind. If you're not thinking of your next 10, 12, 20 moves, you're gonna fall behind. Yeah. But it's my full-time job outside of my full-time job.
We get that.
We 100%.
I knew you could relate to that. That's why I want to put it out there.
Getting together and finding older clips of you guys like hanging out, growing up together. Is the video in the works, or did you just kind of start the process to it for the new music video? We just finalized actually the last shots. I think it was last week. The last week of my life has been a blur, but I think it was last week, and it was fun because another thing that we really want to do as well too. The song's called "Bring Me Down," and we wanted to do the portrayal of our history together, of me, Sean, and Reg. So that's why we dug out all the archive material and stuff like that too. But it's a message of resilience. The song is a message of resilience. And because the pandemic year was such a difficult year, we thought that everyone probably experienced that sort of like, they're still here, you know, they're like, nothing's going to bring them down. And like, we wanted to get people's like, people on camera to do that with us. So we actually got our Ashers, select Ashers, to actually film themselves singing the chorus of the song to add to our video clip. So we're really stoked to see how that's going to turn out. But yeah,
that's a great idea.
It's been a wild ride. Yeah, we got like so much material from the fans, and then so much of the throwback archive material that was just like insanely old. And then we shot some a little bit of shots ourselves too, playing the song and doing the things. But yeah, that's actually all in the process of being put together right now. But like hundreds of hours of material.
Is that all you? Do you do all the editing and putting it all together?
Oh, no. Actually, it was, thank God. I already do so much for this band. If I did that, yeah, it'd be like, wake me up. Oh, hey, sorry, I was just doing a micro nap between questions there. No, actually, we for this one, because of the whole pandemic situation, it always seems to come back to that. I feel like it's like,
right. It was a whole year and a half of our lives. How could it not?
Right.
Wow.
It's been such a huge chunk of our lives.
Right.
But again, so because of the pandemic situation, we didn't want to risk really getting like camera people involved and stuff. But with my photography background, I said, hey, you know what? Like, I'll shoot it. You know, like I know the basics of lighting and this and that and whatnot. So I shot it started off with me shooting the storyboard. Well, it didn't start off, but a big chunk of it was me shooting like the storyboard parts of us like playing and stuff. And then just everything came together with like finding the archive material and then getting the people to the Ashers to send in them singing the chorus and putting it all together and explaining it to it. But no, thank God I'm not doing the montage on that, because I when you guys reached out to me, it was just like, well, to us, you know, and then it was kind of like I'm the only one available. It would have been a hard pass. I'd be like, I wish I could, but I got about 100 hours of material to go through here and put together.
Well, God, we got you. So.
Absolutely to it. I was kind of fearful like the other day when I saw the message, and it was kind of like, because I'm always like the first one to be like, oh, we got a message from someone. And then it was, the first line was just like, yeah, you know, can we? And I was like, oh, like, don't, you know, like, I mean, I want to do this. Like, I'm really happy about doing this. So it's like, oh, an hour later, I can do an hour later. It's okay.
We're stressful. We're stressed. We're like, oh my God. Damn babysitters.
Yeah.
Damn you.
That's life.
But he's asleep. He's made it through the show. So we're good. Before we wrap up, Chris, we like to ask
Yeah.
our guests one last question. It's kind of a brain teaser. It may throw you off. You may have a quick answer. Who knows?
Okay.
If you could have dinner with any artist, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Oh, I'm at a tie right now. One dead, one alive. But I can only have one, right? Or can I have
Only
like an
one.
alternate scenario?
Only one.
Dave Grohl. Yeah, Dave Grohl. I think that the fact that this guy was the drummer of one of the most iconic bands of the 90s and then went to frontman to become then another super iconic band after such tragic event, that takes a lot of that is iron will. It's and to be like, the guy is amazing at drums, but he's also like an amazing songwriter, plays great guitar, sings really well. Like, he's no Celine Dion. Like, we're gonna be honest like that. But at the same time too, you hang on to every single word that Dave Grohl is saying because he puts his heart behind every single word. And that, for me, he has all my admiration right then and there. I think that it takes a lot of guts to go through what he's gone through, and not only just go through it, he achieved something that only like a handful of people have achieved in their lifetime.
Okay.
So definitely, if I could sit down and have like a talk like we're having right now, and a meal, it would be on him, of course. It would be Dave Grohl. Yeah, because he's something else, man. There's no two like.
Yeah, I was gonna say, would the
In
food
front
just
of
sit there and
Dave
get
Grohl.
cold? Like, would you even order?
I don't know. Probably not.
Like, I'm
I
saying
wouldn't.
water.
But just
It'd
get
be-
scared.
Liquor? Yes.
I think people I put him, like, eventually rock God status. I really do. I mean,
That's right.
Like you said, he's accomplished so many freaking things in his career,
And he also doesn't seem like he's stopping.
No,
It doesn't. He does not even getting any signs of stopping whatsoever. He's also like becoming like more of a bit of a blogger right now. Like during the pandemic, like he was writing a lot about his thoughts and stuff. And I was like, man, like I want to hear this guy's thoughts. This guy must stream in 4K. Like, it's insane. And he's also like turning into like this documentary guy. Like I watched Sound City. I was like, man, like this is so cool. And now he has another one coming out. Or it's already out, I think, but I just saw the trailer. But I was like, what can't this guy do? It's kind of like I have yet to see something that he can't do that, or he tries and it doesn't succeed. It's I think it's impossible. I think this guy, he's the kind of person that whatever he puts his mind to, it will succeed. And I think that's totally, totally impressive. It's very, it would be intimidating, like you said, like to sit down. Like I said, it would be like alcohol, lots, but just keep it flowing. But at the same time, too, it's one of those things that if you had that chance, it's a once in a lifetime to sit down, and it's just, that would be the guy.
That would be ultimate. I agree. That would be sick.
That would be a good one. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Chris, thank you so much for coming on tonight. We're going to wrap up here. You can check the recap of the show on hellentertainment.com. We'll post all your links, a link to your Spotify up there. Any other links you want to send us, let us know. We'll post them on the recap page as well.
Awesome.
Best of luck to you guys when things fully open up there.
Yeah,
Best of luck on your live stream in September. Can't wait to see that.
Thanks. We'll keep you guys posted too. We'll let you know all the deets, as they say.
Yes, please do. And again, thank you for coming on tonight. We truly appreciate it.
Oh, it was a pleasure. It was so much fun. Wish I could do this with you guys so often.
Invited anytime.
Anytime you want to come on, just let us know.
Just a
Sweet.
chat. We're cool with that.
Awesome. I'll definitely keep that in mind.
All right. Good luck, man. We'll talk
Thanks,
to you
Chris.
soon.
All right. Stay awesome, guys. Peace.
Go Lightning.
You would do.
I would do that. So now we're not glitchy. Figures.
That wasn't like too terrible.
We were robots a little bit tonight, folks. We apologize. It happens in the summertime. It is what it is. That was Chris from Atoms to Ashes. Can't wait to see what they got coming on. No, but see, now we're not glitchy in the live. It's great.
But yes, Chris from Atoms to Ashes. Check them out. They're from Canada.
Canada, Montreal, Canada.
Ah, you almost said it. Canada. Anyways,
Anyway,
it's Canada. I know. I just always say.
I know.
Okay. Check them out. Awesome fucking dude. There's a lot of shit happening.
Live stream coming up in September. Check that out. Go get their. Go buy a hat. Get a free CD that's autographed. They're pretty kick-ass hats. It look like. I'm gonna go order one after the show. 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 weeks is what? Wait. Where are we going?
We're gonna go our next guest, and then we're gonna. Well, I guess we'll go the night before then. Cage Titans, July 10th.
Yeah, we have a busy weekend. Yes. July 10th.
Cage Titans, July 10th. It is sold out here in Plymouth, Mass. But there is a live link where you can go and order the pay-per-view. You will catch myself, Ashley, and Jack Torrance from Off the Ropes Tuesdays there with the pre-show outside of Memorial Hall. We'll be having raffles and pictures with the ring girls and the titles.
Oh.
Yeah, look at that. Me. And we'll be doing exclusive live interviews with the winners and not winners. I'm going to put it politely, not winners of the fights throughout the night here on Hell Entertainment's Facebook. So make sure you come out and check that out. Go hit up Cage Titans, like, share, subscribe to their pages.
Yeah.
A lot of good shit coming up with them. A couple more fights this summer, August, I think it was.
August.
And November.
They got a bunch.
They got a bunch of shit going on. So,
We'll be live. We'll be doing a bunch of stories and live streams on our Instagram as well that night, July 10th. So stay tuned for that.
we're bringing you a whole fan experience.
Whole fan experience. And of course, we support our boy, Don Shameless.
Shameless.
Nation.
Main event.
Main event. Can't wait. Like he said, link for pay-per-view is available because that shit sold out in less than a week.
It was their record-breaking sellout.
Yeah. So we're pumped. Can't fucking wait for that.
So check us out there. Come say hi. We'll get your pictures taken with the ring girls. We got raffles from Main Street Bar and Grill, Sanctuary Tattoo Emporium, and possibly a few other surprises.
Yeah. There's always more. And yeah, to be entered on those raffles, all you have to do is come out to our booth, pre-show, grab a picture with some fine ladies and a title belt.
And write your name and a phone number down,
We'll text
and you're
you.
into the raffle. It's a free raffle, folks. You don't want to miss it.
Everybody likes free.
Shit. And then July 11th is our first in-person interview with Cryptic. Yes, I said it. Cryptic will be in-house. We'll be talking with him what he's been doing with his life the past 10 years. He hasn't been around.
It was surprised.
We got some stuff going on. We got some.
That
Yeah, that's gonna be a show you do not want to miss. It may run a little bit long because we're telling stories. We're diving into the mind of Cryptic, and if you know Cryptic, yeah, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah. I don't as well as you do, so like I'm excited to learn like you guys.
Kick ass. Anyway, that's 2 weeks. July 10th, Cage Titans. July 11th, Center Sundays with Cryptic. Catch us at both events. We'll be here, obviously, for our show. I'm gonna shut up now, because I'm just rambling. Thank you for everyone watching, listening. We appreciate your support. Go to hellenentertainment.com, get your official merch. Check out our sponsors, and we will see you guys in 2 weeks. Please go like, share, subscribe. Peace.